Hey y'all. So, excuse me. If it's your first time joining me on this channel, I just want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are returning, I want to say welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. Okay? I'm so glad that you're here. It means the world to me that you allow me to share my world with you. And was just, you know, having some conversation with a very dear person in my life, very close friend, like a sister. And um, they were expressing to me that some disappointment around not being understood, not being appreciated, not like others not taking into account all that she has endured. And um, I was just trying to encourage encourage her as a good friend should do. But I also was reminding her that nobody else is ever going to love you the way you need to love yourself. Nobody else is going to show up for you the way you have to show up for you. And when other folks get all up in your business and make you feel some kind of way, it is up to you to be like, that don't matter who what they talking about. They don't know. And also, you know, it's not anybody else's job to make sure that you are okay. It really isn't. It's your job. And I have to remind myself of that all the time. I think that this is another one of those lessons that I've gotten from solo travel. Solo travel has made me be responsible for myself, for my own well being, for my own good experience. It has required me to step outside of my comfort zone and be more than I probably thought that I could be, or, maybe I wanted to take the easy way out on some occasions, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't, because growth does not happen inside your comfort zone. This is the reality. And in her particular case, she has been through so many things and still has come out like a bright, shining light for others. A bright, shining light for others. Always showing up for somebody else. And all I wanted to do was encourage her to show up for herself in the same way, because surely nobody else deserves it more than you do. Okay? You have been through more than I could ever share, and have come out as this wonderful person, undaunted. Okay? A survivor, a warrior. Okay? No health situation, no familial situation, no nothing can ever change that. You are amazing, absolutely amazing. And I just wanted to remind you of that. But I want to remind everybody of that. No matter what somebody else says, you are still amazing. It's their job to be the best that they can be to themselves. And sometimes people think that being the best to themselves means tearing you down. Tearing you down. I don't get that part. Okay? You don't have to try to put somebody else on their knees so you can feel taller. Just stretch and you'll feel taller. Okay? Stretch. Be a better version of yourself. That's the stretch. That's the real flex in life. Being the best version of yourself, not tearing anybody else down. That doesn't even make sense. Who has energy for that? I mentioned this when in my discussion with Chef Sahara. I said, just another wonderful person in my life when I used to work years and years ago in my old job. And she said, I don't have the time or energy required to cultivate new friendships. I want to take that like a little bit of a step further, because for sure, we don't have the time it takes to cultivate new friendships all the time, right? Sometimes we do, and we make space in our heart and in our lives for other people. Sometimes we do, but we surely do not have the time and energy necessary to cultivate the BS that other folks is trying to stir up. Surely we don't have energy and time for that. Okay? We are better than that. We are bigger than that. We have other fish to fry. We have other places to go, people to see, and things to do. Okay? Most people are busy doing nothing and going nowhere and are quite content with that. Why should we interrupt their process? Okay? It is our job to be the best version of ourselves. And sometimes that means distancing ourselves from the naysayers. Did I not say that this was blocked, the naysayers and the haters? Like, I don't know if I need to make it a month, a year, but I know it's a movement. I'm really bump them, bump the rest. Take care of yourself. Do what is necessary for you to be the best version of yourself. And if that means distancing yourself from the people who bring you down, make you feel some kind of way, who don't appreciate who you are and what you bring to the table, if that is the case, so be it. So be it. Like I say, my mama told me, you was born by yourself, you're going to die by yourself. Okay? It's not to be morbid, it's just to keep it real. At the end of the day, we are responsible for ourselves. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. It doesn't matter however anybody else is living, what else they're doing. Okay, what the old folks used to say, like what you eat don't make me, you know, shit. Okay, and that's the truth. So at the end of the day, what does it matter? Why do we care? We spend so much time worrying about everybody else and not focusing enough on improving ourselves, being the best version of ourselves. And even sometimes when we say, "Oh, I don't really care what they think," we care. We shouldn't, but we do. We shouldn't, but we do. And that's not to say that there isn't something beneficial about, the moral code, the social mores, of your community. Yeah, this. Okay, one of the main things I'm going to say about life is about balance, right? You can't just always have fun. You can't always just work. You can't always just spend. Sometimes you got to save. You can't always go, even though I'd like to. Oh, how I'd like to. You can't always go. Sometimes you got to stay put. Okay, it's about balance. So yes, you do need to consider how what you do impacts others, but you should never be so worried about how it impacts others and to the point where you don't even practice the proper amount of self-care, right? Like, they're not the experts in your life. You are. You are the expert in your life. Okay. So you have to do whatever it takes for you to be happy. This is the reason why I keep saying the same thing over and over. I don't want it to be like I'm being redundant. I'm just trying to keep it real. I'm just, trying to share what all these gray hairs have gotten me to this place of understanding something about myself. Like, rest when you need to rest, you know, pick yourself up when you need to get up. Sit down when you need to sit down. It's about balance. It's about understanding who you are and what you bring to the table. It's about appreciating the good things that people do for you. There's a lot of lessons, a lot of life lessons in the whole, in the mix that go into the mix. But when I know for sure that when people hit you where it hurts, usually it's in your heart. It's because we've allowed them to have that kind of power over us. We've allowed them, to be the ones who can say something and we think maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. Consider that part too. And even if it is true, it doesn't give anybody the right to use that against you. Even if it is true, even if we aren't the strongest person in the moment, even if we haven't made all the right decisions, even if we don't have it all figured out. Who said we had to? This is a journey. This is a process. And if we forget that, we lose out on the beauty of it all. The goal is to be a better version of ourselves today than we were yesterday and to be even better tomorrow. Okay? Our world should be ever expanding. Our world should be ever expanding. Okay? We should not be making the same mistakes that we were making 20 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, yesterday. We should not. We should be learning and growing and doing better, being more and doing better. That's the reason why I'm always saying at the end what I say, and I'll say it again today. I'm not going to say it right now because I'm going to say it later. Okay? But I want you to be encouraged. I want you to feel like there are options, there are opportunities, that this isn't it. If you haven't figured it out yet, tomorrow is a new day. If you haven't figured it out yet, tomorrow is a new day. All right? No need to feel stuck. No need to feel stuck. No need to feel bad. Something, we learn. Something we learn. I and life is about perspective. So to kind of close this out, I want to talk about perspective. Ooh, so, and it's kind of funny, but it just kind of reminds us that we tend to have a myopic view, even though we may not intend to, but we do. So I was asking my beloved Nima, my Tanzanian daughter, I was asking her, oh, so this place that, we're gonna have people staying at, like, is do they have sufficient bathrooms? And she said, yeah, mom, we have plenty. She's like, yeah, there are 3 normal toilets and 2 Western toilets. I said, normal? Because of course, I think, coming from the West, I think that the Western toilet is the normal toilet. But in that region of the world, and many regions of the world, the squatty potty, which is what I call them, I don't know, it's a squat toilet, but the squat toilet is actually the most prevalent kind of toilet. But when she said normal toilets and Western toilets, it reminded me, that indeed, different perspectives. Neither is better than the other. It's just what it is. Different perspectives. Don't let somebody else's perspective be the perfect answer for yours, for your life. And maybe your perspective can't be the perfect answer for their life. We have to recognize that sometimes when we think we know what we're talking about, we know how it affects everybody. It may not. It may just be affecting you. Okay? This is the reality. Nobody is the expert in your life but you. I thought I was the expert on toilets. I thought I knew what a normal toilet was. I really did. I thought I knew what a normal toilet was. But in all my travels, I can honestly say that there have been more places where the squatty potty was more prevalent than the Western toilet. I can say that. So I shouldn't be trying to tell people what is normal in their world, and no one should be trying to tell me what's normal in mine. Life lesson, travel story, and motivation all rolled into one. How about that? I did that. I did that. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay. Anywho, as I like to say, do good and be better. For sure, for sure. Okay. And thank you very much for coming to my channel and sharing time with me. It means the world to me that I get to share my world with you. It absolutely does. If you've enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that notification bell too when you, after you subscribe, because I want you to subscribe. And after you've done that, hit the notification bell. And don't forget to comment below. I want to hear from you. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what life lessons you've learned, what other people tried to teach you or put on you, and what you've learned for yourself. I want to know. I want to know. Do good and be better. Until then, ciao for now.